I can smile like you do, move my body like you. I might seem like you too.
Hello party people, and let's have a look here at the markets a little bit on this Wednesday. See if we can if there's any cool news out there, or if the market has been moving. As we can see here on the Bitcoin price chart, beware, this is just the 1 hour chart, so it is by no means a longer term view, but it could be interesting just to see from a technical point of view what has happened since after this Tether spike higher the other day. And we can see from the Fibonacci at least that we came back down about 50 to 61.8%, and we're holding these levels for now. We do need to take out, I would assume it's like 6.5, something like this, 6.550 to see probably a continuation higher here. And on the downside, just be aware if we take out this 6350, 6300, we could see the price fall back down again towards the recent lows. Other movers and shakers, we have actually some of these privacy coins have been. This is Zcoin. They came out with I think it was this Dandelion kind of update, where it makes it more and more difficult to kind of trace transactions, and I guess it's built up like a Dandelion somehow. I have to look into that more in detail, but you can check it out for yourselves if you're interested in that. And PIVX, of course, which is another one of these privacy coins, where they're gearing up now as well for some kind of an exchange where you can switch between I think fiat currencies, PIVX, Bitcoin, and so on. So this might be coming out soon, and even I think Ethos as well had a nice little run here. You can see here from the previous days, right, on the 1 hour chart, that as soon as we get above these Bollinger Bands, you usually have a good chance that you will at least see a rebound towards the middle of the channel. But here it powered on, and it has continued. So it's nice to see Ethos as well recovering a little bit after the recent doldrums. And on the news front, we have CoinFloor becomes the first exchange to get a Gibraltar license. Gibraltar is this piece of rock here in the southern part of, Spain, and so this is they're saying here the oldest Bitcoin exchange in the UK has become the first one to secure a license to operate in Gibraltar. So you're seeing all these little rocky islands all over the place, right? Like Malta as well. They're also kind of growing into some kind of a crypto rock island. It's kind of cool to see. We'll see how it develops, right? But and they're saying here, as part of the process, CoinFloor was required to prove it maintains adequate custody, cybersecurity, anti-money laundering, and know your customer procedures. Whatever that means, but it's at least it's good to see, because that might also attract some other guys, not only fishy accounts, but also serious speculators and maybe other people, organizations who wants to use the blockchain for something, for something else than just speculation. The decision by Gibraltar to lay out blockchain and crypto-specific rules emulates a growing number of other jurisdictions, as we mentioned Malta, who are trying to attract attention. And of course, we spoke about as well, Liechtenstein, you have Bermuda. So it's almost like this is getting to be maybe a new, not offshore, but I guess it's easier to set up these things in certain areas. than in, you know, whatever, in some country in Europe or something. So it will be interesting to see how this develops. And Spanish foreign minister told reporters how he did not think Gibraltar is a problem. So there seems to be a little bit of support from there as well. So interesting. Tether gets another new bank. So they're saying here the avalanche of recent news on the Tether stablecoin continued, and they reportedly secured its latest banking relationship with the Nassau-based Deltec Bank, or whatever that is. So, you know, but it's good if they, you know, if they can survive this kind of turbulent times as well. Although there are some other stable coins coming out, and they're saying here at the end here, they're finally facing serious competition in the stablecoin space, which is probably needed as well, and have come in the last couple of days on the OKX, Huobi exchanges. Paxos, True Dollar, Gemini, of course, with the Winklevoss, the twins, and the Circles USDC will provide more options to the crypto asset industry for quickly moving dollars. I mean, this is something that certainly is needed if this space is going to grow, right? So it's a step in the right direction for growth. 0x, this exchange, was rising 20% on the first day of trading on Coinbase. So I haven't checked it out really, the price movement yet, but you know, that's good to see. A little bit of action for these guys. ZRX is listed as a 23rd largest cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap. Current price of 90. All-time daily high was apparently 107. So that's maybe something to follow up on, and see how that develops in the future here. You have Vechain, of course. This is something that some people think could be a top 5 crypto eventually. You know, looking at the market cap, and they go on here and saying that there's one major bit of Vechain news which needs to be highlighted. They have forged a partnership with DNV to build new solutions using the project's blockchain ecosystem. And this is a pretty big development, which further shows how powerful blockchain can be, especially when it comes to developing new services or enhancing existing products. It's also another validation of what Vechain and Vechain Thor bring to the table. I mean, Vechain Thor, this was the latest development, kind of a master node, so to speak, that they implemented about, I think it was 2 months ago or something like that, where you can actually switch your Vechain, normal Vechain, into the Vechain Thor. And if you have a certain amount of Vechain Thor now, you even get like a dividend paid out, so they seem to be on the right track here in this space. And what's going on in Russia? Blockchain-based copyright network in UZBEK Capital. Okay, I don't know if that's fishy but at least there's some development there as well. They're saying here Russian intellectual property startup has signed a memorandum with officials from UZBEK Capital to integrate blockchain for use in copyright. So it's like this blockchain technology is really trickling into a little bit of different services and different areas. You know, it's good that it's spreading around to different areas. And I think that's about it. We'll have a final one here. Crypto can reach trillion market cap based on speculation alone. This is very likely. I mean, I think we were almost there last year as well, before this bigger collapse. During an interview here, Rand Neuner on CNBC, crypto trader, says that stated that the valuation of the crypto market can reach $1 trillion off of speculation alone. well, what was that? The main comment. Yeah, it's basically saying that important macro trend is that things are shifting from authorities to trustless alternatives, which is something that some of us we do want to see that. We want to go away a little bit from this kind of Facebook mentality to more trustless alternatives, where the people have more power instead of one singular organization. And billionaire, of course, Mike Novogratz, who was big in Ethereum in the beginning, that he emphasizes that if institutions starts to become comfortable with asset class like crypto, because it is a new asset class, right? I mean, this is something that hasn't happened in a few hundred years, and I guess some people are starting to kind of see it like that as well. And it can spark a trend of FOMO, fear of missing out, which we can see also in the stock market sometimes. If Amazon goes up or Apple Computers or something like this, then some institutions and people they get triggered and say, "Wow, we got to buy now because otherwise we're going to miss a huge move," and only that by itself will trigger kind of a move higher. And so he finishes off here by saying it could grow the valuation of the crypto market by many trillions of dollars. So, of course, these guys, like the rest of us, we also want this to happen, right? We want to see this. We want to see some kind of a usefulness of a blockchain, and not only speculation, but that will be part of the whole thing. I mean, it's like the internet bubble, right? Or the bubble, but the internet, when that came out in the 90s, it will automatically create some bubbles here and there, and then they will come back, and then it will grow again. And at the end, I mean, not all internet companies survived, right? But what did we get? We got a bunch of other ones that everybody's using today. So we'll see if this will be something similar. Yeah, that's about it. And in the meantime, let's see what happens here when we can take out some levels here. I think on the longer term charts, we're still talking about the same levels. Above here, it's like 7.5, 8.5, something like that. In the short term, it looks a little bit sleepy here. So, but keep your eyes on 6.5, 6.550 on the upside, and on the short term, on the downside, 63.50, something like that. Take care, guys.